Hey everyone, can you believe that the kitten that you're seeing on my left has been sold for $250,000? And I'm not talking about a special print or a physical version of it, but just a digital file. You might have heard in the news about NFTs, and you might have been wondering what they are and why they're so special. If that's the case, you're on the right place. In this video, we'll get a better understanding on NFTs, starting with a quick introduction on the blockchain. And then we'll explain how digital art pieces can be stored using this technology. We'll see what CryptoKitties are and why they're so unique. So let's get started. You can think of the blockchain as a distributed database. If you're not familiar with the concept of the database, you can think of it as a list of data that we will refer to as records. Several computers around the world which decided to participate in the blockchain shared these same records in the same order in which they were created. This list of records is what we generally refer to as the blockchain. When one new record is being added to this database, all the computers need to agree on this addition. This means that it's not possible that a computer will have the new record while another won't have it. It's either shared by all the computers participating in the blockchain or not. Also, once a record is in the blockchain, it will be part of the history of the blockchain forever. But what kind of record can you put on the blockchain? In theory, anything digital can go there. So you could put a chunk of text, but you could even store an image or potentially a video. This would then become a record that exists in the blockchain and hence in all the computers that are running it. The great properties that this record has are three. The first one is the fact that it is accessible by everyone. This is true since anyone can see what's in the blockchain and who added which record. The second property is that the record and the person who owns it will be on the blockchain forever. And the third one is that due to the blockchain properties, one record cannot be hacked, stolen, or modified by other people. So in this sense, records are in a safe place. So then, what's an NFT? NFT stands for non-fungible token. The idea of non-fungible here wants to convey the fact that each NFT is unique. You can think of them as a painting made by Leonardo da Vinci. You can find several prints, pictures, and copies in the world for his paintings. But we're all aware that for each painting there's only one original. And this uniqueness is one of the major factors that contributes to why these paintings are so expensive. So the main question you should ask yourself now is it possible to create something unique on the web? Something that cannot be replicated? Because we all know that at the moment, if you uploaded a picture on the internet, that picture will no longer belong to you, since everyone can copy it. But given what I told you about the blockchain, you can probably see where I'm going. But first, we need to talk about CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is a blockchain game that runs on Ethereum, when users can buy and sell CryptoKitties. A CryptoKitty is unique and owned by the user, and it's validated through the blockchain, and its value can appreciate or depreciate based on the market. CryptoKitties cannot be replicated and cannot be transferred without the user's permission, even by the game developers. And what you're seeing here is Dragon, the CryptoKitty that as of right now is being sold with the highest price of $170,000. So now let's get back to the question we asked a couple of minutes ago. Why do the original Dragon CryptoKitty is worth so much? And why it's still unique? And how can we prove that, even if there are several copies around the world? So what makes a CryptoKitty unique? Imagine this to be the record that represents Dragon. This is a much simpler version, but it conveys the idea. As you can see, there is an owner field that at the moment is set to 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just think of that as the unique signature of the owner. Keep in mind that this record exists on the blockchain, so it means that no one can hack it or modify it. The only thing that is allowed is for the user to give it to another user. Also notice how there is an ID field. That field needs to be unique among all the kitties in the blockchain. So that means that there is always going to be one Dragon kitten with the ID 1. There might be copies, but since the blockchain is transparent, we'll always be able to see where Dragon with ID 1 is and who owns it. Similarly to how, for a painting like the Mona Lisa, we see copies everywhere in the world, but we all know that the original one is in Paris. This was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please consider subscribing to the channel.